Carlos, we've seen so far with Freddy right around that fifth, sixth inning, he starts to have some trouble. What are you seeing once he gets to those middle innings so far this year?
Yeah, they're all different. I thought today his stuff was good. The swinging bunt there changes the whole thing, and then he's trying to get ahead against the lefty Freeman there, and he clips him, right? He gets the hard line drive. But I think in general, like I said, every case been different. I thought today, just that one pitch that, the lefty was very aggressive. But I feel like at times maybe like a walk here and there, maybe trying to be too perfect, not trying to give up damage on those innings. But in general, I mean, he's been pretty solid.
What did Lorenzen do well against you guys tonight?
He threw a lot of strikes, and he was able to get ground balls. Get ground balls. Even the few times that we got the leadoff guy there, it felt like, he put us in the ground. Got 3 double plays there, even though the ball up the middle one, it was the first and third. It was a hard hit ball, but again, he was on the ground. Same thing with Marcus, first and third, nobody out. He gets the ground ball. But yeah, I think he attacked and stay in the attack the whole time in the way he makes all of his pitches.
Tony?
Understanding that Peralta has been pretty good, he generally hasn't finished the 6th inning. To what extent is that something you would like to see change going forward?
I mean, he did it once already, so he'll get there. He's an ace. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I trust him, and I know that he's more than capable to go long in the game. So,
Dan,
how much do you guys need to take advantage of this homestand against these teams? Understanding every game is what it is, but against teams that are struggling, and to come out with a solid record here in the next 9 games.
We just got to win series, period. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Like, it comes down to you're playing at your best, winning as many games as possible, and winning series. We did that against the Twins. We still got an opportunity to win. You lose this one, but the job the whole time is to win series, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Laura?
Just what did you make of Sean Manaea's outing?
I thought he was solid. Other than the hit by pitch, changes the whole outing there. That inning, he comes in second and third, 2 outs, and gets the lefty on a strikeout. Then lead off single, and then the hit by pitch left on left changes the whole thing, because then they bunt. We play the infield in. He gets the ground ball that gets by, and they score 2 runs. But when you look at the numbers, he got swing and misses with the fastball. We saw some 92s, the way he used all of his pitches. I think he ended up punching out, 7? I thought overall, again, the hit by pitch was kind of like the one that he wishes he had back, that one back.
And do you think Semien should have made that play on that ground ball?
I will have to look. It was 102. You're playing infield in 102 to his right. So every time you're in that infield in and it's a ball hit hard at you, if he's not right at you, like, it's going to be a tough one there.
Freddie, overall, how would you evaluate your outing tonight?
I think the only stuff that I didn't like about tonight was that I couldn't finish the 6th. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I feel good about it.
I know you've talked when you came over here about getting deeper in games being one of your top priorities. Right now, what do you think is still holding you back from doing that on a consistent basis?
I think it just, I think it's just mentally I have to allow myself to keep trusting in the process, because I feel amazing, man. I feel really good. Everything's been great, like the work that I've been putting every day. It just, whenever I get to the moment, just finish it. That's it. And I know for sure that a lot of those are going to come soon.
You say trusting the process. Is there any sort of change when you get into like that 5th, 6th inning area?
Just myself. I think it's just sometimes it comes to my mind, like I gotta finish this, and I think that I put pressure on myself, like just thinking about it. That's it.
Do you try and get too fine in those situations when you're thinking about it? Like,
sometimes, yes. Yeah. Sometimes. No, all the time, but sometimes it happens.
Is this something that you've done in the past, or that you've been able to work through?
Yeah, it happens in the past, and then, just quick like that. You just change and then everything's fine again. But I've been working on it, and I think it's only 6 games in the season, and I'd be fine. The more important thing for me is that I feel really good in general, and all the stuff is working great.
When you do talk about how good you're feeling in general, what are you happiest with right now? Just the way the stuff's coming out of your hand?
I think everything. Talking about like pitching arsenal, body feeling, like how I feel, my arm, everything is feeling really good.
Hey, Marcus, Mendy was talking about how good of a job Lorenzen did just getting you guys on the ground today. What was he doing to make that happen?
Well, I mean, he's got 6 pitches, so I think the plan against him is to get the ball up, whatever it is. If he's locating at the bottom of the zone, he's going to get some ground balls. I mean, first at bat I had, he threw a cutter kind of out over the plate. I tried to stay in the big part of the field. I hit it on the ground. Second at bat, he stayed on the corner again. But yeah, that's what he does. I played behind him, in Texas, and when he's locating with a lot of weapons, he's going to have a good outing, and that's what he did today.
What is the most challenging part when you've got the infield in and it's just a hot shot directly to your right like that? What's the most challenging part of just trying to find a way to pick that ball?
You just said it, it's a hot shot, so reaction time is key. Didn't get to it, unfortunately. That ended up being the difference in the game. 2-run single right there, right past me, but it's a tough play.
Is that a ball that you think you should have gotten?
I'd love to get every ball that's hit anywhere near me, but didn't make the play. Quick ground ball right past me when I dove, so I'd love to make that play. Yeah.
How important is it for you guys to just go on a run here, whether it's 7 out of 9 or something like that, just to kind of get the ball rolling in terms of the season?
7 out of 9 would be great. I think we go about it one day at a time, but if we continue to put good days together, string them together, play the game the right way, I think we're on our way.
Have you felt overall like the at-bats have started to be coming as a team? I mean, even tonight there were some really hard-hit balls just right at guys.
Hard-hit balls, Mark hit that ball 107 miles an hour in the middle of the field. Most of the time that's going to be a base hit. They made some plays tonight, and that ended up being the difference in the game.
Did you think you had enough on that one in the ninth to right field?
Yeah, I mean, I think with warmer weather maybe. My power to right field is, not great. I did barrel it up, but cold night with the wind blowing, didn't get it out.
Whether it's the hard hit balls or the swinging bunt that they had in a loss like this 1-run game, like how frustrating is that? Do you take away the good, or is it just like you feel that you got to do more to get over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, every loss is frustrating. Every time we're not in the W column, there's going to be something that comes up where you're just like, man, I wish that would have went our way. They put together good at-bats when they needed to. We put together decent at-bats, but, like we talked about, we hit into some double plays. We lined out, and, we couldn't make that play with the 2-run single, so that was it.
How important that you guys end the losing streak and you went a wild one last night, a little hiccup tonight, like you talked about, I mean, some bad luck over there with some parties, but how important to shake it off quickly and get some momentum going here?
Very important. We want to play better than we did tonight. Still try and go out there, get tomorrow, and get the series. That's going to be the goal, is to win series, especially if you lose game 1.